So, Reed, we're doing well, and we're...
Okay, if you say so, man. I feel unwell, but I trust you.
Okay, Reed, so we're doing good.
Yep.
We're at now the meaning of the song. We've talked about all the facts behind the song. I got nothing more for you. That's everything. Wait, fuck. No, that's later.
Okay.
I'm really off my rocker today, man.
You don't have it. You're not on it today.
I'm not on it today. So I wanted to talk quickly about our interpretation of the lyrics. I want to go through them quickly because, like you said, or you alluded to earlier, a lot of people have their own interpretation of what the song is about. So I want to go quickly through what you think it's about before I talk about what the band has to say.
Great.
When dreaming, I'm guided to another world time and time again. At sunrise, I fight to stay asleep because I don't want to leave the comfort of this place. Because there's a hunger, a longing to escape from the life I live when I'm awake.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I may learn otherwise, but I feel like the song is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's saying it's sleepy time.
Yeah.
And he has dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Recurring dreams, too. Immediately, I also identify with everyone has tried to like rejoin a dream they've partially woken up from.
Yeah, when you're super rich and you know how to snowboard good.
Yeah, and you got big lats.
Yeah.
And people are always telling you that your eyebrows are nice.
Yeah, God.
You know?
If only I could always.
So, yeah, the fighting to stay asleep thing, very identifiable. And then I think he's just saying he's more comfortable in his dreams than he is in real life. And he wants to escape his real life.
Agreed.
At first I was like, oh, it sounds like a depressed person. But I think it's just like he had a rough life. And so like this song through the lens of knowing his background, like with his stepfather and stuff, like makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's fantasizing about escapism into dream world.
Agreed.
First verse.
Yeah, I think before I sort of read up on the song, my interpretation was similar. Just that it's like dreaming, whether literally or figuratively, about like a world that's peaceful and happier, and trying to make that world a reality, whether it's by staying asleep or just by some other method, which he doesn't know.
Sheer force.
Yeah. So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay?
Yeah, he's just getting hyped up to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I think it's his like an indication of his desperation to make this his own reality.
I agree. One of my notes was that the use of the word escape, I think, is significant because that implies you're either in a negative place or in a negative headspace, whatever, but something that you need to get away from. And like he's desperate to stay in that dreamland or alternate reality that he's built.
Agreed. And now the famous, can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets?
So the words in this part were immediately very familiar to me because of religion.
Bible.
Yep.
Shit.
I mean, obviously I assume because of that he's talking about heaven. Can you take me higher? Because people, according to the Bible, their physical ailments are no more in heaven. The blind will see. The cripple will walk. And then also the streets in heaven are supposedly paved with gold, according to biblical lore. So this is pretty simple to me.
Yeah. I think even without those biblical references, as someone who obviously didn't grow up in the church, it's even outside of that context, I still feel like there's that universal connection of like to a place where, you know, the harmed live without harm, and like where everything's peaceful and people can be at their happiest.
And everyone's rich because the streets are made of precious metals.
Have you seen that episode of The Simpsons where the nuclear power plant has like a new German ownership, and they reference the land of chocolate, and then Homer goes, the land of chocolate. And then he's just running around eating chocolate in this perfect land. Everything is made of sweets.
I have not.
Okay, you got to watch it.
I have not.
I'm giving you a lot of assignments today.
I know. But can we also say that golden streets are highly impractical?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess unless...
There's definitely vehicles equipped to drive on them.
Yeah, and I guess maybe in heaven, theoretically, they wouldn't leave like tire marks or be dripping oil.
Yeah, they've figured that out. God's got that.
You get dirty.
Yeah, God's got that covered.
Okay.
Okay.
God.
Now moving on. Although I would like our world to change, it helps me to appreciate those nights and those dreams. But my friend, I'd sacrifice all those nights if I could make the earth and my dreams the same. The only difference is to let love replace all our hate.
Yeah, I think it's just that this part is just seems like a pretty passionate plea to fix the world.
Yeah.
From him, and he's confident that he knows how to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Is to replace hatred with love.
Right.
So this part is also very straightforward, and I've always liked this verse, but it did get me thinking. If we were, because he says, "Let love replace all our hate," would that even work? If there's no hatred, then does love even exist? Because doesn't it exist in contrast to hate?
Well, that's what he's kind of saying at the front of the lyrics too, where he's saying, I would like our world to change. Although I'd like our world to change, the fact that it hasn't changed helps him appreciate the dreams where everything is good.
Okay.
So that's what I took the first part of that song, lyrics to mean. Like, he wants the world to change, but like if it did change, he wouldn't be so appreciative of, the world he experiences in his dreams where everything is different than the shitty world.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So
that's a good catch. You're smarter than you look.
Yeah. I know how to read.
You're dumber than you think you are, but you're smarter than you look.
I'll take it.
Okay.
So yeah, this one, I really like this verse. I think some people might find it corny, especially, given all the memes around the song. But I do think it's something pretty like profound about it. Just kind of like we talked about, the fact that you can't have the bad without the good. But, the one thing that we need to change is not to hate each other and to just be loving of each other. Yeah. Love up on your brother.
Love up, bruh. Love up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the song is corny. I think a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. And I think they have some songs that are far cornier than this.
Yeah, me too.
It's like to be self-reflecting on your own like dreams is pretty tight, I think. Like
it's rad.
I don't see that as corny. That's pretty rad.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, last set of original lyrics. Up high, I feel like I'm alive for the very first time. Set up high, I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine.
Yeah. So, first of all, I thought the lyric was said up high.
I did too.
Until I was doing this.
Yeah, I checked a few different sources.
But it's definitely S-E-T.
Yeah.
Definitely said.
That's what it is in his memoir too. Okay.
So, to me, he is, I think saying that every time in his dreams, he gets to experience the feeling of being alive for the first time. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because like in the real world, you only get a first time for things once. Like the first time you see a sunset or the first time, but he gets to experience the new joy of it every time in his dream. Which I think is a very powerful visual or powerful like thing to think about. Of like, can you imagine like the first time you ate your favorite like food, and what if it was as good and as surprising as like the first time you ate it every single time?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, or like if whenever you have sex for the first time, remember what it feels like because it won't be the same every other time.
Yeah, the first time is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Maybe the second time or something.
Second time was even weirder.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about that later, I guess.
Yeah. The third time was weird.
I don't need to go over all like 30
they've all been very weird.
Okay, maybe that's
very
a
weird
problem.
Sexually. Okay.
What do you think he means by up high?
In heaven.
Okay.
That's what I think. But I think that the repeating of enjoying the first time of something over and over, I'm like, maybe that's a component of his version of like a good afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, there's the streets are paved with gold, people are healed, and like joy is it's experienced differently in his version of the afterlife. And it's like every time you experience something good, it's like the first time.
Yeah, it's like eating that hoagie for the first time every
Eat
time.
that hoagie from the Wawa.
Go down to the Wawa, get myself a hoagie.
Get a hoagie, watch the birds.
Oh, sounds like a good day.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm agreed. I mean, I just think like, well, I guess the second part you didn't really dive into, but
no, I didn't. Not yet.
I think. Okay, say it.
No, you know what? Just fuck off, man.
I'm just saying. I think he now has the intent and the power within himself to take what he's dreaming about, this great world, and do everything he can to make that world a reality.
Okay. Because I was a little confused, my simple brain, by the second part. Like the set up high.
Yeah.
Like, is he just saying like that's where they take place?
Yeah, I think so.
But like, it's such a weird way to put it. Kind
Yeah.
of like, you didn't even need to have an extra syllable there. You could have just you could have just started with up high again on each of those two lines.
Yeah.
Whatever. He didn't. Yeah, I think in the I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine, I think he's talking to himself, sounding like determined to make his dreams reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a funny way to put it. Of like, why does he need to make his own dreams his? Do you think it's make them my, like the mine is really like make them my reality?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Because I'm like, dude, they're already your dreams, dude. You don't need to make them yours.
I think it's like, because we talked about the distinction between reality and dreams. And I think he's essentially alluding to the fact that he's going to combine them to make his dreams a reality.
I wonder if he did it.
Maybe. Well, kind of. Let's get into it.
Oh, okay.
So things get weird. Let's start. There's a few different meanings that I want to talk about, but let's start at Sinner's Creed. His Scott Stapp's memoir and a source for a lot of our information. Surprisingly, he didn't talk about higher that much in the book, when I thought he'd have a lot to say because it's such a massive hit. He only mentioned it a few times. But to him, higher imagines not the high of drugs, but the high of the heavens. He envisioned an escape from the complexities and contradictions of life on earth. Scott felt himself driven by a hunger to leave this world of hatred for a world of pure love. I wasn't trying to prescribe how we can get there. I had no rule book with entry requirements. All I knew was that I wanted to go higher into that real where understanding replaces condemnation and empathy stands in for the scorn. That was my sense of heaven.
Okay. I mean, that's jives with like, that's just a peeled back version of let love replace all our hate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think in that context of the book, it really seems more heavenly and religious-y than I think the lyrics on their face tend to imply. Maybe not the chorus, but the other parts.
You think he's saying it's more religious-y than you thought?
Yes.
Okay. See, I think I hear the whole thing as religious.
Okay.
The entire song.
Well, in another interview, I heard him reference about Sinner's Creed, just the fact that it was his memoir, but because it was with a Christian publisher, it was heavily censored. So everything we've talked to you about is censored.
God damn it.
Yeah. There are no sources.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He should re-release Sinner's Creed, but uncensored.
The graphic, explicit version.
Yeah.
I would read that. So then, sort of, not contrary, but interesting revelation about his writing of the song came in a Loudwire interview, where Stapp stated that the inspiration for the song came from a recurring dream that he had. In this endlessly present nightmare, Scott would be hunted down and killed by an unknown assailant brandishing a firearm. Once he took up studying lucid dreaming, he was able to escape the gunman and subsequently wrote the song as a memento towards the dream.
First of all, did you just pronounce it subsequently instead of subsequently?
Yep.
Okay. Let's make sure of that.
Subsequently.
So he had this dream, and then he wrote John Wick.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Weird, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like the basis of it at least was a real dream.
Yeah, so that too made me think, like, I don't really see the heaven. I mean, I get it either way, but to me, this is more about dreams and making, like, your peaceful dream a reality.
Also,
That's what I take away.
His dream wasn't very peaceful, though. He was being hunted by a man with a firearm.
Yeah, but I guess it's the connection with you have the power to manipulate your dreams and make them reality. Well, I guess that doesn't make sense because then he would be killed by a gunman.
Right.
Like, I just think he's trying to say, like, the message is that you have the power within yourself to manipulate your dreams and do with them what you will.
And he wanted to be chased by a man carrying a
He wanted to stop doing that.
Okay. But stop.
So that was in a Loudwire interview, but they first interviewed Tremonti, Loudwire did, and said, like, that this is how they heard that the song was written. And Tremonti was like, I don't think that's right. That's got to be false.
About the dream?
Yeah, about the lucid dreaming thing.
Oh, no.
So he was just really disconnected with Scott on that. Because it was called, like, Loudwire True or False. And that this was rumored to be true. And then Tremonti's like, that's got to be false. And then Scott was like, no, that's true.
But it's got to be false.
Well, Scott himself said it's true, so I guess it's true.
What did Vinny Chase say about it? Did they even interview him? Did they think
not about this song?
It's too bad.
Yeah,
mistake.
So then, our last source for meaning behind the song is Mark Tremonti, who said to him, "The song is about escapism, longing for a world that's better than ours, and not wanting to come back to reality."
Okay, I mean yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
That seems to be consistent with the words of the song.
And then Tremonti also referenced when in this podcast interview they were talking about, religious undertones and the band and how Scott, as someone who grew up in the church and was like studying Bible verses all the time, would just write what he knows. And that didn't really, like, Tremonti didn't have anything good or bad to say about that. Like, that's just what it is. That's what he knows, and he needs to write what he knows. So he made allusions to, the things that we talked about in the chorus with blind men seeing and streets made of gold being religious references. So quickly with regard to that, I'm not good at Bible stuff, but I Googled some stuff and I saw something in Matthew 9:27-31. Apparently, Jesus healed 2 blind men.
Mm-hmm.
So, blind men see.
Yep.
And then, like you said already, like, Revelation in the Bible often refers to the streets of gold in heaven, and heaven being paved with gold and shit.
Very opulent.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily expensive.
Whether or not, like, he wants to be taken higher to heaven or just, awakened to a place that's more like heaven, I think that's kind of up to interpretation.
Like where, blind people get, like, sight back in one eye and the streets are paved with silver.
Yeah. That sounds nice, too.
I
don't get the job done.
Not bad, man.
Yeah, I would take that.
Good enough.
Good enough. Okay, Reed. So that's all my information on higher. But if you made it this far into the episode or episodes, I wanted to reveal to you 2 random facts I found about With Arms Wide Open.
Oh, okay.
1, there's like a beat in the song, like that you can hear in the background, and apparently that's his son Jagger's actual heartbeat used in the song.
Wrong.
And then another one is that he first played the song live for his now ex-wife, and she cried or something.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I thought the song was made before his son was born.
It was. But
so
I
they used
think
his heartbeat from like a...
Yeah, like while he was in
the... Can you hear heartbeats on a sonogram?
No, what the...
Stethoscope?
No, the thing where you...
Ultrasound.
Yeah.
What's a sonogram?
I don't know.
How's that different from an ultrasound?
This is going to make us look so stupid.
We're really dumb.
That's true.
We're good at a lot of things, but the things we're not good at, we're really bad at.
That's
like
fair.
Medical knowledge, farming,
fishing,
feeling love,
whaling,
experiencing 3D
surfing
films.
Oh, yeah. I hate 3D movies.
We don't do 3D movies.
I'm so glad 3D movies aren't like a big thing anymore.
Don't bring it back.
Remember in like
Scary.
2014 when everything was 3D?
Yeah, why?
Stop it.
I don't want to wear special glasses and have things flying in my face.
I know. I remember I saw Avatar in 3D and
was
it was
mistake.
annoying. I don't need to see these big blue people in 3D. They're fine in 2D.
Yeah. I like them away from me.
Yeah, I'm
safely on the screen.
Yeah. Seriously, keep your distance. So, Reed, I have no more information to give you. That's all I've done. I've listened to so many podcasts. I read a lot of stuff. I watched a behind the music thing. It's Creed's Behind the Music. It was 45 minutes and nothing was revealed about Higher.
You know what, Andrew?
Yeah.
You did great.
Thanks, man.
You did really good.
Thanks, dude.
You got some good facts. You really fact me up, as we like to say on this podcast.
We do say that.
Yeah, we just started to this episode, but it's a thing now.
So, with all that in the bank, locked and loaded, let's talk about our review of the song as two idiots who don't know what a sonogram is.
I mean, as someone who thinks a sonogram is the same as an ultrasound and probably an EKG,
Yeah,
too,
the same.
I'll just lump all those three together. I mean, this is just one of my favorite Creed songs. It's a throwback in a timeline way for me, in that like I was 19 and have like grown more fully developed brain memories of the song, as we talked about. But then it's also just like an encapsulation of kind of like, I was still pretty religious at that time. Like still was like going to church and stuff. And I just remember thinking the lyric, like how cool it was that there's this mainstream rock song by one of the most popular bands in the world at the time. And they're singing about like stuff from the Bible. I remember thinking like that was so cool. And like, I'm not necessarily as religious as I once was.
Jesus is going to be trending.
But like, I don't know, man. It was just this group of like badass dudes who were just kind of like you said, like unafraid to sing about the things they knew. And if it happened to be religious stuff, they would do it. If it happened to be having a son, they would do it. And I just thought they were very effective, especially in some of their bigger songs, like they turned into hits, like with Arms Wide Open and this one. Like they made those subjects like palatable for mainstream, which is tough to do.
It's too bad like Scott never got really into skateboarding, because it would have been cool to hear a song like this about like landing a 720 or something.
I know, like doing kick flips.
Can you
kick flips off the cross is what the album would have been called.
God damn,
dude!
What a timeline.
That's good.
That's good.
Hello, Scott Stapp. We're gonna be playing some songs from our third studio album, Kicks Flips Off the Cross.
Could you imagine a collab with Scott Stapp and Tony Hawk?
And Avril Lavigne.
Make it happen. Oh,
and Avril
Lavigne,
Lavigne, Skater Boy.
Oh yeah, make it happen.
Skater, maybe
Scott Stapp is the Skater Boy.
That song was written about Scott Stapp.
That'd be
such
a revelation.
Alternate timeline. Scott Stapp is Skater Boy.
Oh, God, what a world we could live in if my dreams became reality.
Oh, make the earth and my dreams the same.
Yep.
But this song will always be a banger to me. The album version specifically will always be a banger to me. Yeah, I mean it's one of their penultimate songs. It is not my favorite song of theirs. It's not even my favorite song on this album, but it's for multiple reasons, and part of it I think too is like the iconic halftime show, the iconic imagery from the music video. There's just a lot of things that stick out about this song. I like it.
Got a stamp of approval from Reed.
Yeah, I did it. I'm signing off on it. Go ahead and publish it.
So, with that said...
Oh, you got my score.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Just as a reminder, we score all songs on this podcast on a scale of 1 to 5 yeahs. After careful consideration, I've decided to give Higher a score of 4.5 yeahs.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Wow. Wow.
Hit me with your thoughts and score, Andrew.
Reed, I think this is the ultimate Creed song. You can tell me otherwise, but I don't think I would listen because you're an idiot.
Well, we're both idiots.
Right.
We're doctors and we're both idiots.
We're learned doctors. But I don't know, man, from the just to travel through the song quickly. I mean, the guitar intro is incredible. I think it's so iconic. And then when the booming drums and the chords come in, it's just like it's so booming, man. The whole song is just booming with these like revved out guitars. And I don't know, I think the song is so uplifting while also having a message that could be interpreted as like kind of a bummer. So I think it's this interesting dichotomy of like wanting the world to be a better place while like the music makes you feel like it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And then obviously like those fills in the chorus are just so iconic. And it was funny to me that Mark Tremonti didn't have anything more profound to say about how he came up with the lick in the chorus. Cause it's like, he's like, yeah, I just want to do something fun, but it also happens to be the most insanely catchy hook and part of the song that I think so many people remember. And it's just like I talked about, I think it's one that people really, when they think Creed, they think, oh, Higher. You know, they make a comeback and after 15 years of hiatus, 11 years of hiatus or whatever, and, you know, Higher is at the forefront of their comeback, I think, in a way. That and maybe One Last Breath. But it's awesome, dude.
It is awesome.
I'm really struggling to, like, encapsulate everything I love about the song. But those are my main points. And the music video is just so stupid and awesome that makes it all the more memorable.
Is this your favorite Creed song?
I don't know if it's my favorite Creed song ever.
It sounds like it.
But I think regardless of whether or not it's my personal favorite, this absolutely has to be 5 years.
Wow.
No question about it.
Wow. Have you awarded a 5 yet?
No, this is my first one.
Congratulations.
And it's very deserving, I think, in every way.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this is probably going to be... Okay. This is tied with What If on this album for the highest, and I think our highest songs yet are What If and this song. Aggregate score combined, we gave it a 9.5
wow.
out of 10 possible yes.
It's just so iconic, and it's not iconic because it's iconic for a fucking reason, man.
And what's that reason?
That it's awesome.
Yeah, you'll go.
Yeah, and I think it lives within the zeitgeist forever because it is so catchy and it's uplifting, and the memorable guitar and the lyrics, which may or may not reference heaven, and just it, like Scott said, it could be a party song if you want it to be. It can be anything you want it to be. And that's why I think it deserves a perfect score.
And a perfect score from Andrew for the Flip Cup Anthem, as it's known in the party circuit.
The Flip Cup Anthem.
Flip Cup Anthem, baby.
Now, before we get out of here, there is one, elephant in the room I got to address.
Oh, God. Yes.
I wrote a sketch about this song 5 years ago or so, and we filmed it, and Reed stars in it with me.
I'm in it.
And it's not strictly about Higher, but it's heavily alluded to throughout. My friend learned how to play it in a couple minutes and put it on the backing track of the song. Link to that included in the description.
That sketch is a fever dream.
That's a good way to put it. It's insane, but it's pretty funny, I think.
Yeah. Give it a watch.
Give it a watch. Why not?
Thanks.
Thank you, guys and ladies and anybody listening.
Okay.
Or watching.
Oh, okay. Calm down.
Well, Reed, anything else you want to say before I do our outro?
I'm happy that we got to a song that was your first 5.
Yep. There's not that many more left.
There's not.
I don't think. I mean, maybe my mind could change. Who knows?
Yeah, I have a couple of future songs in mind that might warrant that for me. But I'm also trying to be honest with myself and grade them mostly through the lens of me currently.
Yes.
Right?
Because you don't know what you futurely will want and like.
Correct. And the things that I loved when I was 19, when this came out.
Bubblegum?
Are different. I love bubblegum and baseball cards.
Yeah.
And boobs. And I still love all those things.
Good for you. Time hasn't changed you, buddy.
No, time hasn't changed me, but people do.
Well, with that, I think it's time that we make our escape.
Let's go there.
Yeah. For my own podcast, I'm Andrew Colin.
I am Reid Fenlaw.
Bye.
We're going to see you later, okay? Bye.